Okay, today's recipe is spaghetti bolognese. I'll just go through the ingredients quickly with you. So we've got, I'm just going to use half the pepper, onion, some mixed herbs, some chopped tomatoes, obviously some minced beef and a little stock cube, some fresh garlic and tomato puree. Now we're just going to prepare all our ingredients. Remember, we just need to be organised before we start cooking. So I'm just going to prepare my vegetables, and I've got a bowl there for me to store them in to keep my area nice and tidy. Okay, I know we've done this a few times. Okay, the easiest way for me to do the pepper is have it on its side, knife over the top, and you bring the bridge over the top and you just cut it slightly in half, and then you always flip it onto the sides. And then the same thing again, knife where you want to be, fingers over the top and cutting down. And now we've got a nice quarter. So it's just very simple just to take out the top without having to cut into it, cutting towards your hands. Much easier to do it that way and much safer. And you can just take out the white bits on the inside. Again, if you forget, don't worry, it's fine. Now I think I said I'm only going to do half the red pepper because it was quite a large one. Okay, and then I'm going to be cutting it up into about 1 centimeter cubes. So using the claw grip again, fingers tucked away and the thumb behind the hand, I'm just going to cut this down into about 1 centimeter strips. Okay, and then those strips, claw grip again, fingers out, thumbs out of the way, fingers tucked in. We're just going to cut it into dice, and I'll show you that again. Fingers out of the way, using the knuckles of the guide. We're just going to cut down, put them inside, fingers out the way, thumb tucked away, and then we can just cut across and we get a nice even dice. Okay, and then once you've done that, place it into your bowl ready for later on, keeping your chopping board nice and tidy. So that's our pepper done. Now for our onion, again another quite big onion, but I'm going to use all this onion. Okay, I'm going to cut it in half again. So just like the pepper, I'm going to have it on its side. I'm going to place my knife where I want it to cut. I'm going to bring my hands over the top and I'm going to just cut it down in half. Okay, now I've got some nice flat sides. I can cut the tops off. Okay, using the claw grip, just making sure that I'm keeping my area nice and tidy. Now I've got it in half, I've got a really easy side to start peeling my onion. Okay, take off all the brown. You don't want to see any brown on the outside. If it means that you have to take another, see that there's a classic example. You can see I've taken one layer off, but there's still some brown there. So I'm just going to go down another layer to get rid of all the brown because it ends up being too tough and not very pleasant to eat. And I'm putting things straight away in the bin. If you haven't got a bin very close, then I have organised, I've always occasionally just got myself another bowl that I can just throw things in and I'm not constantly moving around. Okay, chop an onion, we've done this before. Okay, so I'm going to use the tip of a knife at 45-degree angle, claw grip again, and I'm just going down to cut towards the root. Okay, so if I pull it open there, it's wide enough to open up, but not enough to fall apart. Just making sure that your thumb's away, and then you can cut down. If it starts getting a little bit unstable, flip it onto its flatter side. You can cut down again, then flip it back and carry on cutting, and you can cut it down, and it's really quite safe. Okay, so I'm just going to move that out of the way again because I would like to keep everything nice and tidy. And I'll just show you that again. So we're cutting down towards the root, but it's not so much that it falls apart. Cutting across, claw grip, thumb out the way. Flip it over to one side if it becomes a little bit unstable. Flip it back, and then you've got your nice chopped onion ready to go. The last thing we just need to prepare then is our garlic. Now this is a garlic clove. Okay. Sorry, a garlic bulb. And you want 1 or 2 garlic cloves, which is the bit that actually breaks away on the inside. Okay, that's a garlic clove. I love loads of garlic, so I'm going to use 2 nice big ones. It's entirely up to you how much you like your garlic, what you want to do. Okay, then we're just going to cut the top and the bottom off each of the garlics. Really quite simple. And then it's always a little bit difficult trying to get the skin off a garlic. Okay, I'll show you a nice easy way for them to do it. So you get your flat of your knife and just give it a little tap. Okay, knife on there, a little tap. And what that does, you can see, is it just bruises it and makes the skin come off dead easy. Okay, now what you can do is you can cut it into slices, just being careful. The tips of your fingers, make sure your thumb is well out of the way. And you just basically cut it as small as you possibly can. Okay? Because it effectively disappears into the sauce. It sort of dissolves when you cut it. So as small as you can, but don't be too precious about it. That's absolutely fine. And we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm not going to change to part 2 now, and we're going to make the sauce.